I do want to, Gerald, before we let you go, just ask, what do you think the GBI is hiding? We know that these investigatory bodies want to quickly close these cases, particularly when they start to get some media heat and when they see big time, big dog lawyers like you get involved. They want to shut this down as quickly as possible. But yeah, I mean, do you think this could be some kind of, white supremacist that's out, some kind of hate crime? Like what do you think could be behind the cover up?
Not sure. And that's one of the main questions we want answered because we do know there's a heightened climate of racial insecurity in this country, but particularly in this state, especially in that particular region of the state. And so we just want to make sure that there was no involvement of any of the known hate groups that are in this state, of the known white supremacist groups in this state, that there's no indication as any racial animus or attack that happened. You can't just close the book and say, oh, it was a double suicide when y'all thought it was a murder suicide from the very beginning. And so it's a lot of unanswered questions, which transparency from the GBI and an independent investigation can dispel. But Georgia has a long history of trying to sweep things under the rug. And we at the Georgia NAACP say, not on our watch, be transparent, release the entire file, and let the independent investigator determine what happened.
So, Gerald, obviously, we don't have any more information than what has been provided from the GBI and what we've heard from you. But if this is a murder, walk us through what happens next.
What happens next is it should go to the district attorney's office up there in Towns County in the judicial circuit there. And there should be another thorough investigation and a presentment to the grand jury, an indictment and a trial. But our hope right now is that we don't have to escalate this any further, because Georgia does have a mechanism where private citizens can bring forth a judicial investigation through a warrant application hearing. That's why we need the evidence, because again, we only trust law enforcement as far as we can verify. And in this particular case, after 20 years of practicing law, I find it very difficult to believe that two 19-year-olds who know nothing about Pine Mountain would drive up a dark, winding road through a gate up to the mountains and kill themselves in a way where their bodies were placed in a way that the family believes was a sacrifice. And so there are a lot of facts that are starting to come out. Namely, both of them weren't the best of drivers. They get lost with directions and all these things, typically don't drive that far, and already had plans to go to Boston. So there are some serious concerns about what may or may not have happened. And that's why the family is pushing through the NAACP and all of their supporters for the GBI to be transparent. And the message to the GBI is this: if you have nothing to hide, why would you conclude the case as a double suicide but not release the file?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you with 100% certainty, we are feeling so much better having had this conversation with you, Gerald. This is a difficult case. It's a difficult case for our community, for our young people. But knowing that the NAACP of Georgia is on the case, knowing that you are on the case, give us hope that we are going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to find out what happened to these two young men. We're going to hold anyone accountable that had anything to do with the deaths of these two young men. We are going to stay on this story. It's an important story for our community. It's an important story for this show. But tell us, Gerald, before we let you go, what can we do? Is there a GoFundMe account? Is there a letter writing campaign? Are there calls that we need to make to the GBI? What can we do as a community to support you and to support this family?
All of those things. The family has set up a GoFundMe to support this case. The NAACP is calling on everybody concerned, both in the state of Georgia and outside, to put pressure on the GBI to be transparent and release the file. So you can call the GBI. There will be a change.org petition that will be going up very shortly. Just Google the names of Nasir and Qadir Lewis and support the family. But most importantly, share this story. We are in a viral internet digital age. Share the story so we can bring awareness. That's exactly how we started to push to get justice for Ahmaud Arbery, is because of your viewers and others that stood on business and made sure that everyone knows that Black lives do matter and that we will hold accountable anybody who tries to neglect or take a Black life.